Good Wednesday morning, friends. Meteorologist Danielle Noyes here for the 1 Degree Outside Weather Network with your Noyes notes forecast over the next 24 hours. And it's going to be an active 24 hours here as a potent storm sweeps through. A widespread 1 to 3 inches of rain, some locally higher amounts. Areas of flooding will result today. It'll be a tough travel day overall. The worst wind comes this evening. That's not to say there won't be strong gusts ahead of it, but that's when the core of the strongest wind comes overhead with scattered damage and outages likely. It's a quick surge of warmth that comes in here, too. Colder air returns as early as tonight and will stick with us through the end of the week. So it's a raincoat type of day for the kiddos. Cool start this morning, but we warm quickly. And the rain boots they may want to wear today. The hood to pop up. I would kind of leave the umbrella at home. You may be able to use it out there this morning, but with the wind ramping up, you don't want it to pop inside out. They'll be good with the raincoat as these areas of rain fall steadily and at times heavily. Now, around midday, there may be a little bit of a lull in southeastern New England with just some showers or maybe a lone downpour before the steadier rain fills back in from west to east over the course of the afternoon to early evening. Deeper greens, yellows, oranges in here, some torrential downpours, reduced visibility, standing water, road spray kicking up. Notice a broken line, too, of downpours, 5 to 10 p.m. that sweeps through from west to east. So with some of that, that's going to drag down some of that wind that's just above the surface with that low-level jet. And that may result in some wind damage during that period, during the evening as it sweeps through. Now, between 8 and 9 o'clock, already some colder air starting to come in. So we make the flip from rain to wet snow through the mountains of western New England during the evening and continue into the first part of the overnight in those areas. The rest of us, yes, the temperature drops as well, with the rain ending generally around midnight or just after that in eastern Massachusetts. Takes until the first part of the overnight and even into pre-dawn for down east Maine. And then I've stopped things tomorrow morning. Notice the temperature through the interior does drop below freezing. So anything that's untreated, any leftover moisture will be a little bit slick. Keep in mind the coastline, we may not dip below freezing in the morning. Places like Portsmouth, down through Boston, and along the south coast as well. But everybody else, we're talking 20s to lower 30s. So just be mindful of that. Some slick spots tomorrow morning. Otherwise, the rainfall forecast doesn't matter really where you go. It's a widespread 1 to 3 inches, some locally higher totals possible, perhaps a tad less either side of an inch on the Cape, and about an inch for far northern Maine as well. Now, predicted snowfall, yes, as the colder air comes in on the east side of Lake Ontario, as that lake effect snow machine gets going. We're going to measure some localized areas over a foot by the time we get to tomorrow morning from Fort Drum stretching over towards the west side of Tupper Lake. And then for western New England, it's a coating to an inch or two, though with elevation in the southern greens and up the spine of the greens, we're talking more like 2 to 4, coating to an inch with some higher terrain picking up 1 to 3 across the Northeast Kingdom and across portions of northern New Hampshire, too. Even where we don't get some of the natural snow, we'll get some man-made snow as the colder air comes in and the snow guns get going again across northern New England. All right, let's talk wind. This is important today. Ramps up over the afternoon, 30 to 40 miles per hour from lunchtime onward. We're gusting 40 to 50 in southern New England. Notice the coastline of Maine starts to get into the action for us during the afternoon. And then watch what happens coinciding with, again, what I just showed you, some of the heaviest downpours that come in. We get this burst of wind that goes 50 to 60 miles per hour from the Hartford to Worcester to Boston stretch. We make gusts close to 50 across western Massachusetts, too. Then it expands along the coastline of Maine. So, again, like 5 to 10 p.m. is that strongest window. Still picking up on some of the guidance showing gusts 60 to 70. I think that's an isolated chance, but it is there from the coast of Maine back down to the South Shore and Cape before the front moves offshore and the wind shifts around behind it more out of the west-southwest. We'll still see some gusts about 20 to 35 miles per hour, gradually easing through the overnight. And during the day tomorrow, it's a blustery feel, but it's not a damaging wind. We'll see some gusts between about 30, 35 miles per hour for during the day on Thursday. So there's a lot of action to track. You can track it all on social media, our website, but our app, a great tool to have, the interactive radar. I'm going to have it loaded up all day. You can too. It's free on the App Store and Google Play. Want to give a shout out to the third graders now at the Burbank Elementary School. Check it out. We had a blast together yesterday in Belmont. If you'd like an enrichment program of your own, just reach out to us, schools.onedegreeoutside.com.